when you have chemistry, and be it new, be it somebody you're used to, it gets better every time. Every fucking time. I mean, there's plenty of moments that can be relived that I would love to relive, but I'll go with what comes to mind initially. I would love to relive my childhood because I feel like in childhood, I felt like I got to see my family more. Everybody wasn't working, well, parents and aunts, uncles and stuff like that, but like, being able to, like, for cousins to come together the way we used to play video games like all night. Wars, I'm talking about wars in WrestleMania 2000, wars in WCW Revenge, wars in Mario Party, go back even further, wars in Super Tecmo NBA basketball, wars in Royal Rumble, wars in GoldenEye, like, these things that we did that was kind of like the way we passed the time. And I talk to people all the time and about the most fun I had, I didn't have any fucking money. And now that I have more money, it's just not as thrilling. You know what I'm saying? It's not as fun. But I look at it and I'm like, well, maybe there is something behind the whole thing. Maybe you don't. It's not about like being Jim Rohn has a saying, God rest his soul, that success isn't something you pursue. Success is something you become. And so it's like you got to work on being you, work on being like a better you. But like those times that we had together with the family was like being at my grandma's house. You know what I'm saying? Sarah Long's house is like the mecca for the family as far as like everything happening, for food, for birthday parties. Like I remember having New Jack Swing play, having like Guy, Teddy's Jam playing, Heavy D and the boys. You know, we used to do like used to cook in the backyard. What it was so weird because I always thought it was the front yard, but it's actually like it's crazy. My grandmother's front yard is really her backyard. Something of that nature, you know. Anyway, we used to have like so much fun together, seeing each other, laughing with each other. My family is very fucking funny. You know, it's like I feel like those that go through a lot, and I'm not saying people that don't go through a lot are not funny, but you find humor in so many things when you go through shit. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like we were able to laugh our way through a lot of the things that we had to endure. And it was a good time. But to relive those moments, like with my cousins, with my brother for that matter, with my parents, time, and wishing to, looking back at a lot of things, what you could have gotten from that, like gems and things, asking more questions, talking to your grandmother about things, talking with my grandfathers for that matter, God rest their soul. My pop-up buddy, spent a lot of time with him watching not football, but wrestling. He kept me from going to church. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes where it's like, how you're a little kid and you really don't know much about church, but All American Wrestling is on, and here's your grandfather's like, let him stay home. Let him stay home and watch the wrestling. And sometimes I would get to stay home. Other times, most of the times, I got to go to church and eat that damn church candy peppermint. That's why I don't like fucking peppermint to this fucking day. Fuck peppermint, everything. Fuck candy canes with peppermint. Yeah. Fuck peppermint. Okay? But to relive those moments with them, you know what I mean? We had good times. We had some real good times and some memorable food. My grandmother's chicken and dumplings is not to be fucked with. roast beef on a Sunday. We used to have, so what used to happen was we'll go to church. She'll cook, she'll get up early. She's like 7 o'clock. She probably like been prepping like the night before, but get up early, roast the beef. The roast beef will be in the oven, and then the chicken and dumplings will be on the stove, and then the collard greens and shit will be made, and the macaroni and cheese that she got. Like, I challenge, like back in the day, macaroni and cheese by my grandma. I don't know about now because, you know, it's got a little bit older and you don't put that foot in it the way that you used to. But I'm telling you, 1994, a plate of that macaroni cheese, not mac and cheese. You know, you motherfuckers like to call that shit mac and cheese. No, spell that, say the whole shit out. Macaroni and cheese, okay? That when you have a grandmother that puts that shit in the oven and sets that bitch on fire, you understand me? It was a good time. It was just a good time. You like to be, because again, you didn't know anything else but to be a kid. There was no real stress, no nothing. You just kind of took things as it went. So if I could relive any moment, I would relive my time with my family as a little boy, and just being able to go back to no worries and not worrying about anything, at least for us kids. I'm sure the adults were going through shit, but as far as us kids and being able to just be together and make each other laugh the way that we did, there's nothing like it. It's something that would never be able to be replaced. So, you know, to my family, I love y'all, and I love those moments, and yeah, you know, it was great. Is sex better with someone new or someone you're used to? Well, looking back on times spent with some women in my life, well, all the women in my life, I would say that it goes back to chemistry. And sometimes you have it, and sometimes you don't. And sometimes when you don't, you just want to get off. You know what I'm saying? But when you have chemistry, and be it new, be it somebody you're used to, it gets better every time. Every fucking time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, it's a dance. I look at it, it's a very erotic dance. You know what I mean? Like, to be able to engage with someone who desires you as much as you desire them, if not more, for that matter. And for you guys to be able to move the way that you do move. And like, it's, like I said, it's fucking amazing. To be honest, it is fucking amazing when it happens. When it's on, it's on. Really. Because a lot, like I said, a lot of things to take into account with this whole idea of like sex being with someone, you know, being better with someone new and someone you're used to. But I guess to answer the question, I'm gonna say that sex is better with someone that you're used to, because more than likely you have you know each other's bodies, you have studied each other. If you're paying fucking attention, if you know what you're doing with sex and all that, and when you're fucking, you're studying your mate. You know what I'm saying? When you're studying your mate, the person that you're engaging with in a sexual manner. Now, you do have selfish people. You have selfish lovers out there that don't give a damn and could care less if it was new or somebody that they're used to. But when you are have generated such chemistry that has you, sometimes when you're driving, you think about the shit. It's like, oh shit, you know, so I remember that. Or laying before you go to bed, something like that, or just at your job, whatever, anything. Taking care of your kids or something like that. Ladies know. You know what I mean? Like, you just think about that. Fellas do too. I'm sure the fellas know too. You know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to that, you're like, oh damn, I missed that shit. That shit was good. We had good chemistry and stuff like that. And yeah. So looking back, like I said, sex is better with somebody that you're used to on chemistry alone. Everybody don't have damn chemistry. So chemistry. Don't worry about what people think of what you say on the show. You know, when I first started this shit, I really did. And I was very mindful. I was trying to be very mindful, but I think that was like the opposite of what we should be doing, right? I think this should be like just a person's perspective. That's really what I wanted. I learned to do. When I first started shit, I was trying to get the nerves out and be in front of the camera because this shit ain't easy. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people can have their own opinions on things like shit that you say, but this shit here is not easy. And like I said, with doing this, I took into account a lot of times, and it just made it inauthentic. So I'd rather just speak my fucking mind. I use this forum like I did when I was in therapy, and I don't give a fuck about what is being, So if anybody wants to use against me with this, everything I've said, we can talk about it. You can use it again. You want to use it against me? You want to say, oh, you know what I'm saying? You can say whatever you want to say, like about me, and I'll just have to take it. And again, if I don't take it, then the ego is present. The ego will definitely make you shy away from hearing the truth, and I've definitely dealt with that shit for sure throughout my life, and I didn't realize that is exactly what it was. It was fucking ego. It's like wanting to hear the right things all the time. That's not. That's entitlement, where you feel like you know what I'm saying. You were entitled to hear people say what you like all the time, and that's what I did. You know what I'm saying. But the ego, that motherfucker there, fuck you. But beauty of it is being aware that it is being aware and recognizing that it is the ego is the art of knowing that it's supposed to be being yourself. So getting back to the question, do I worry about what people say about when they watch this show? Fuck no, this is my show, and this is about like perspective. You want to give your perspective. Everybody has a voice and it matters, and I hope that it inspires somebody that watches this shit to come up with their own fucking show, forum, whatever, podcast, where they can just say whatever the fuck they want to say, regardless of what anyone thinks. Now, are you going to agree with everything I say? No. Are you going to disagree with everything I say? You could, if you want to. Fuck does it matter? You know what I'm saying? I'm nobody. You know what I mean? I'm just I'm human just like you. So you very well could do the very same thing. You know what I'm saying? None of us. We are no better than anybody. This is just having the courage to sit in front of this fucking camera, say what the fuck is on my mind at any fucking time. I think that was 3 fucks. Who gives a fuck? But, you know what I'm saying? Like, to come up here, and this is therapeutic for me. I love doing this shit. I love being able to just get this shit off my brain, get this shit off my chest, get this off of me so that I can feel better in a sense. You know what I mean? Like I love it. I love this shit so much. It brings me so much joy. I'm grateful for every time I get to come up here and talk to the world, for that matter, and just share what I feel. Now, are people going to be upset with some of the things I say? Yes. Family members, maybe. Yes. Family members can be upset. Friends probably can be upset. Strangers can be upset. Everybody's going to be upset, but those are emotions. You know what I'm saying? They'll come and go. They'll pass. You know what I mean? And perspective is simply that. It's just a perspective, a fucking opinion. So you have your opinion. You state what you want, and we'll remove our egos, remove all entitlement, and we could say whatever the fuck we want, and don't take anything to heart. Don't allow people to get to you. Now, you have traumas. Traumas is everything to deal with you on the inside. And your anger is nothing but the wounded inner child. So figure out what the fuck goes on with you so that you can help yourself not respond to bullshit. Because if it's the truth, why be upset? If it's nonsense, why be upset? Stoicism, you know what I'm saying? Like if there's nothing you can do about it, why worry? If there's something you can do about it, then why worry? Like these little things, small things like that to take into account when you hear shit that people don't like to hear. For instance, being at work and you hear a bunch of you hear Trump talk or whatever, whether you're for it or whether you're against him, you know what I'm saying? Biden, anything, politics and all that shit. Why do you feel the need to be upset? You don't have to be upset at all. It has nothing to do with you. There's nothing, your opinion, trying to be right. You know what I'm saying? That's really all it boils down to. Because everybody, the ego is fighting to be right against everybody else. You want to prove others wrong. I don't give a fuck. Just give your opinion and let it be done. We have nothing to prove. I don't need to prove anything to you. You have nothing to prove to me. Who the fuck are you and who the fuck am I? We're just having a conversation. We're humans. That's it. But I don't really worry about it anymore. At least I try not to. I aim for that. I'm human still. You know, the ego. My ego. I find new ways to see my ego every time I go throughout my day, and that's what I really want to do. I'm learning to manage the ego. You can't kill it because it's part of you, but learning to manage the ego, be a better person, so that I can have a better life. That's really what the objective is of everything that I do. Like, you know, a lot of people get my friends and shit say, you're pretty hard on yourself. I'm honest with myself so that I can be better. I'm not in, I don't want to live in illusion. See, a lot of people are afraid to put the mirror on themselves. Me, whatever. What the fuck's gonna happen? You know what I'm saying? You just get better. There are days you get down, but that's not even you. That's your fucking ego. Because your ego feels the need to prove itself and feels the need to be more, feels a way if it's more, feels a way if somebody has more, somebody feels a way if somebody has less. That's all ego. Fuck it. Fuck that ego. Manage your ego better. Learn to be a better person. And yeah, that's it. That's all I got for this shit.